Hi, I'm Dame Helen Mirren and welcome to my cover shoot for People's beautiful issue. Very exciting for me. When I heard I was going to be on the cover of this particular iconic issue of People magazine, I was absolutely gobstruck, as we say in England. I've never considered myself beautiful in that way. And also, you know, my age and all the rest of it, so I was amazed. I've said in the past I don't like the word beautiful, but that's not actually fully accurate. I mean, I love beauty and I love looking at beautiful things. I love looking at beautiful people. But what I don't like is the beauty, the word beauty associated with the beauty industry. In other words, sort of makeup and products and, you know, skin care and all the rest of it. Because I think it excludes the vast majority of us who are not beautiful. Of course, there are incredibly beautiful people in the world, and it's an absolute delight to look at them, male or female, or children, or, you know, beautiful people are a wonder to behold. But most of us are not beautiful, but we have other stuff, which is just as powerful as beauty. And I would like to see us celebrate those things. I love the word swagger, you know, because I think swagger means I'm confident in myself, I'm presenting myself to the world, I'm enjoying the world around me. And I think that what is called the beauty industry, I think should be called the swagger industry. We're giving people swagger with these, you know, wonderful products that you can get nowadays. I think I got through my youthful insecurities by growing up. Simple, really. Getting older, you know, it happens. And you know, you have to continue working on yourself to a certain extent. That's the great advantage of, I call it growing up, but other people will call it growing older, because there are advantages in that. And that's one of the advantages, is that, well, you literally get to be wiser. I mean, literally, you get to know more, you know, which is a great advantage. Good. How's my swagger routine changed? Actually, you know, I used to go to bed with all my makeup on when I was young. I don't do that anymore. I mean, you know, just because I couldn't be bothered to take it off, it's like, just crash, you know. And now I do take all my makeup off at night. I think certainly as you get older, you are more careful of what you do, both inside of your body and outside of your body, you know. And I would say if there was any mantra I would have to pass on to a younger generation, it would be to say take more care of what goes into your body than what goes on the outside of your body. Because those are the things that last. You know, of course, a beautiful mascara or lipstick or a hairspray or something is going to make you look great for the evening. But the things that really last, you know, are to have a great skin, to be fairly fit to a certain extent, nothing extreme, and to eat, you know, healthily, I guess. And, you know, I always think, do everything, but don't do too much of anything. That's my idea. You know, I love to have a, you know, drink, and I love to eat a donut, but I don't eat 6 donuts, and I don't have a, you know, a bottle of wine. My husband would argue with that, actually. But I try not to drink a bottle of wine. I do like a bath, and I don't know whether that's self-care or not. But I find a bath just very restful. My husband is American, he doesn't understand baths. We have baths in England, and here they have, oh, shower, you know, in the shower, jump in the shower, and then jump out of the shower. I like the idea of just relaxing in the bath, you know, going to sleep in the bath. I find a bath a very nice thing to do. So there's something very regenerative about water in general.
I'm sure you know why I'm here. during her illustrious 50-plus year career. Dame Helen Mirren has appeared in countless roles, which, of course, includes her Oscar-winning performance in the 2006 film The Queen.
Foolishly, I believed that was what the people wanted from their queen, not to make a fuss nor wear one's heart on one's sleeve. Duty first, self second.
And with so many beloved parts to choose from, it's certainly a challenge to pick a favorite.
There's a question people ask me a lot. No, I really don't have a favorite. You know, everyone was, I mean, certain jobs I remember because I had such fun on them and I just laughed all day, every day, you know. And they were sort of precious to me because of the people I was working with, mostly. But you know, they're all very special in their own different ways.
I'd like to have a look, please.
Are you sure? It's not a pretty sight.
I want to see her face.
A long time ago, I did a series called Prime Suspect, which was one of the sort of early, maybe the first sort of female-led, you know, dark detective story. And it was very, very successful. But, you know, I stepped away from it. I did a certain number of them, and then I said, and it was still, you know, at the height of its success, I said, no, it's time to step away from this, because I try to mix it up as much as possible in my career. I always have. I've tried to go from theatre to television to film to theatre, you know, to mix it up in that way, and then also mix up the types of roles that I've been asked to do. If I've done something and if I've done something successfully, I will always try to find something as different from that as possible for my next role, so you don't get too identified with something.
My thieving days are over.
Mine ain't. You come in. I've never done this ever in my life before. I've never asked for a role, you know, even if it was a role that I really wanted to play. But I was at some party, you know, and there was Vin, and I was, you know, I love driving cars, and I think I'm a terribly good driver. I'm not probably a very good driver, but I've always sort of rather fancied myself as a fast driver. So I thought it'd be so cool to be in a film that was just about fast driving. So I saw Vin, and I went and introduced myself, and I sort of shamelessly begged him to put me in one of his movies, and he very, very sweetly did, and I'm eternally grateful to him.
Jesus, Mum. You're supposed to avoid the nerves.
Oh, shut up. Don't be such a baby. And of course, not driving. That was the problem. Put me in the back of an ambulance, and then I was in prison. I'm like totally not driving. And then finally, in the last one, I got to drive. Get the heat brake for me, would you, darling?
Helen and her husband, director Taylor Hackford, were married in 1997. And after 24 years of marriage, Helen has learned more than a thing or two about love.
Well, it's work. It's work. Very, very important to allow the person you love or the people you love to be who they are, and let them be who they are, you know, even if you don't like it very much. But that's who they are. And also, you're constantly discovering, learning depths further and further into the person you love, who, you know, suddenly completely surprise you. You think they're this person, and then, oh no, they're all that as well, you know. You find depths of courage or generosity or that you just didn't know, you know, were there. And I think also a really important part of love is to maintain your own sense of identity. In a way, that's the most important thing of all. To not subsume yourself into someone else, far from it. Be honestly and authentically who you are, you know. And, you know, it's kind of love it or leave it kind of attitude, really, you know. as long as that's not involved in hubris or violence or vanity or selfishness, you know. It's a constant calibration, really.
And with that calibration, how does Helen's husband make her feel beautiful?
Oh, he doesn't. I don't think he ever makes me feel beautiful. It's not necessary. It's not necessary for him to make me feel beautiful. That's not what I love him for, honestly.
Meanwhile, professionally, the 76-year-old actress is showing no signs of slowing down. In fact, Helen will be playing Israel's first female prime minister, Golda Meir, in a new film slated for later this year.
My profession, which is to do with storytelling, and to do with reflecting society back upon themselves, I think is very, very necessary in our world. Whether it's done at the height of artistic endeavor or it's just entertainment, really. I think it's an important part of our culture, and there's also a huge amount of fun associated. So, you know, to do Fast and Furious with Vin, or to do an animated voice animation.
What you lack is something that cannot be taught. You're not scary.
It's incredible fun just to kind of keep doing these different things. It's it keeps me entertained as much as anything.
Amazing.
Oh, that's a good question. What will I tell my 80-year-old self? Exercise. Get up, do your exercises. It's the most important thing in life.